It's time for Mayor Monday. This morning, we're headed to Clackamas County to check in with the city of West Linn.
From law enforcement to downtown development, the suburban community has been undergoing a lot of change in the past couple years. So joining us live with the updates for her city is West Linn Mayor Jules Walters. Good morning.
Good morning, Emily and Travis. Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you taking the time to be here with us this morning. One of the big projects that has been, I'll maybe say contentious, this is obviously not under your domain, but is I-205 tolling, that possibility from ODOT. Talk about the details of that ODOT project and how it impacts your community.
Well, thank you. Yes, it is a huge project that is really starting to begin construction now. And it's an important project because it's going to seismically upgrade the Abernathy Bridge, as well as help with a bottleneck there at the bridge by expanding the lanes. But their intent is to fund it with tolling. And the problem is they're only tolling in that corridor right by West Linn, Oregon City. So we already have a huge problem with diversion because of the bottleneck. So we have people exiting the freeway, going through our town, through our neighborhoods. It's not safe. It keeps people from getting to the businesses, and we're really concerned about that. So we're asking ODOT to find another funding source to start the project until they can figure out the best way to mitigate for that diversion.
Do you feel like state and federal partners and ODOT have been receptive to some of the concerns that people in local communities have been voicing?
I think so. I think we're in Clackamas County, the cities have joined together along with the commission to be one voice. We're also working with Metro, and I think ODOT has really heard that. I'll be testifying later this week in front of the Oregon Transportation Commission to just drive that message home that we really need to partner with them. Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely been a It's a hot topic. It's a hot topic there on that stretch of 205. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Is there any timeline that you're aware of that the 205 tolling idea will be taken care of?
I think the date they had originally set to begin tolling is 2024. And we're asking for them to begin construction and push that date out until they can figure out a way to mitigate for diversion.
Okay.
Yeah, certainly something we're gonna keep following here in the
No
months and years to come. Switching gears a little bit here, West Linn and the community has been in the headlines over the last few years recently for some challenges within the police department, most notably, in the wake of the Michael Fesser case and settlement. You recently promoted a new police chief, Captain Peter Mahuna. So what is on your agenda in terms of working with the police to make policing more accountable and more safe for West Linn?
Absolutely, and this has been a top priority of mine. I was a city councilor before I became mayor last January. This has been the majority of the work here for me at the city, along with ice storms and heat domes and I-205. But it's extremely important to me that everybody that either drives through West Linn or lives in West Linn feels safe and welcome here. And so a lot of that work in the wake of the Michael Fesser case has been with our police department. And we let our original police chief left, and we put Peter Mahuna as he's the captain, and we put him in the position of interim chief. So he's been serving in that role for, I think a year and a half now. And we went through a very robust recruitment process with a great firm from, it's a nationally known firm, especially working with police departments that are having issues like these. And finally, we hired Captain Mahuna to be the chief just at the end of December. So I think that's really exciting. If you had told me a couple of years ago that we were going to have a person of color with a bachelor's degree in social work as our new chief in West Linn, I'm not sure I would have believed it. I think he is the right man for the job. He takes time to listen. He's working very hard on accountability and transparency. We've had open bargaining sessions, which is something that is really not common to help promote that transparency. And I can't go into too many details about that, but hopefully on the horizon, we will have a good body camera program here in West Linn, as well as some sort of citizen-led review board to look at the policies and procedures of the police department and making sure that when discipline may need to happen or there need to be changes, that the citizens have a voice and also a lens into what that looks like.
All right. I mean, it's been a busy few months
Yeah.
for you, different things to try to tackle. And Mayor, before I let you go, I do want to ask you about West Lynn's downtown district and the historic Main Street there, and just the revitalization that you have going on in that part of your town.
Yeah, it's really exciting. West Linn actually has 3 different town centers. This is in our historic district. And we did a huge construction project down there to add multimodal transportation. So we have some bike paths there now that are separated from the road. So families can come down and kids can ride their bikes and parents can ride alongside them safely. We've expanded the sidewalks so that we can have outdoor seating, which has become essential during COVID, as you know. And we also have our historic Willamette group, which is a Main Street USA group that has been doing events that are really popular. So it's really transformed the area and revitalized it. And along with that, we have a greenway trail that we're putting in down by the river that will follow the Willamette, go up around the historic Sullivan plant, and then down to our historic City Hall, which is by the Willamette Falls, which is going to become a multicultural center to celebrate all of the history of the falls, including the mill and the locks, PGE, but also to celebrate the tribal Native American experience at the falls and that history, and make sure that all the stories of everybody that has lived and worked around the falls is being told. So we're excited about all of that on the horizon.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area, and sounds like some fun improvements that'll be really great to check out, especially this spring and summer as the weather gets a little nicer too. West Linn,
Absolutely.
yeah, West Linn Mayor Jules Walters, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.
And to stay up to date on what is happening in West Linn and communities all across our area, you can check out all of our Mayor Monday segments on KOIN.com.